everyone and welcome to this new ASMR video. Today I read you some kind of video game. It is a video game but it's for me more a relaxing activity. So let's go dive into this, and I'm talking about this. Maybe you already know what it is. It is a relaxing video game. So basically you can do some kind of things, for example like this. Can you hear that? It is really awesome. Basically you can explore all this down, and not only that, basically you can put there whatever that you wanted. You can basically put even more of this, but if you want it, for example, I can choose an building just here, the color that I want. For example, I can put a green here, and I can keep putting here more parts of the map here. So this is just a demo, but gives you some ideas about what is this. So I think that is pretty awesome, especially because it is relaxing. You don't have to follow by step-by-step instructions. You only have to choose the color, put in here, and that's all. So for example, I never tried this before, so let's put, I don't know, for example here. And for example, I'm going to create more paths in this part. Let's connect with this, for example. We have this, for example, because you need to go even beyond. And I can put here more, and let me put this incredible sound. Listen this. Wow. And that is weird because, well, that has to be a different color, but we can fix that later. And I don't know, I'm going to create more paths here, and you can do the same as I just do with the birds later in another building, maybe later. And well, that's the limit. But we can put here another path. That's too far. Let's do this. For example, here and here. I can create the entire square, for example, or even bigger. The cool thing about this is it is the sound. Because, I don't know, for me it sounds very relaxing. I found out, and I think, well, this is great if I try for a future video. Oh, my mistake. I can put here more, let's build here some kind of page. Here. It is awesome. You don't have to follow, as I said before, any instructions. Just put whatever that you wanted. This is just the demo, so I believe that maybe the full game you can create even more bigger towns or something related. I don't know exactly, but the thing is, for me, it's pretty awesome, this demo. So maybe in the future I purchased this video game on Steam or something similar, just to check out how the things works in a full game. Well, next, for example, we have the white, but we can put, for example, here. I don't know, I want to put this purple here, and now I'm going to make some blue here, and then a green here, yellow. Oh, can you see this part. I never seen this before. This. It's pretty awesome. I don't know what you think about this game. Maybe you already know about that. Or maybe no, I don't know. Let me put here red. Okay, perfect. That is some kind of town. And in this part, I'm going to put an orange. Awesome. And I can put and create a tall building just like this. Look how tall is that? It is great. For example, this building remind me that maybe I can create here land skin from Game of Thrones. Obviously, it is huge, might be more bigger than this, but it is something that it is possible. So it's white. Let's put here, for example, this, and now this, and this. It is, I don't know, you don't have to follow instruction. That's the awesome thing about this video game. And for example, if I come here once again, there's the birds. So let's choose a yellow and enjoy this. Wow, isn't that cool? Well, it is. Let's put this one, and then this kind of green, more green, and I think that is the limit. Yes, that is the limit. But what it is the limit because I can put here, for example, just in front a yellow, and then orange, and then this is really orange, and this is the red. It's not awesome. And now I can start building just below this one. But I can see how. Let me try here. This one. This is perfect. So let's go in reverse. Let's jump from this to this, and now to this, and this. Wow, it is great. For me, it is really satisfying. Or what do you think? You can take a look about all the things that you want to create. For example, I want to put just down, and the last bar here is this one. I'll take a look about that building. It is great, and you basically can play this game for almost hours. I don't know, for me it's just like a virtual Lego, because virtual Lego you can build predefined things or even many different things, and that is awesome. Let's build this and let's do the purple. Let's put this blue and put this in the middle, white a little bit taller. And let's see here. Is this bird? We have everything here. The pads, but this is too short. Let's span this. Okay, take a look at this. We had more pads. The pads are connected. So let's connect this a little bit more with. Well, I can't put anything here. Let me see if I can put something here. No, but that is the limit. But also, you have some options here. For example, I can put here the grid. So in that case, I know the limits of the map for this demo. Okay, I can see here that I can put even more. For example, I can put here some kind of path that connects this one. Now it is all rounded and you can walk in this bar. Oh, awesome. And I have this some kind of edge, different buildings, different paths. You can walk here, you can walk all these parts, but this doesn't go anyway. So let's put here I don't know, this is gonna be one of the premium buildings, and it is going to be I know that most of the people like blue, so let's put blue. Also I would call that the other, but well, this could be, for example, the building for the governor. This for, I don't know, vice president, something like that. This could be a building for community that like to live in taller buildings. This is a edge, and all those kind of other buildings could be stores or something related. But let's see here that we have more path to build. So I can put here. Oh, the sound is great. This path, and I can connect this with this. So we had more paths, and I can connect, for example, this one to this house. So basically you have these two paths, and I'd almost build everything. But for example, if I going to go here to here, is too long. You can go there, but I don't know. I think that I can simplify this by putting this. Damn, I got it. And because this is the most important part, I can put, I don't know, another, I can put here more, so I think that is enough because it is a freeway, this part, different color houses, and I don't know, let me play with the birds. This is a bird, and it is yellow, so yellow maybe could fix with this blue. Yes, no, so small house, and this is too small. This one, and it is white. So let's keep putting in white color. The color that is going to be white, and here is the sound, and you have here a way to go for this part. So basically, obviously, there is a limit for building. Oh, well, that is a limit now. That is for me, in my imagination, a limit, because I know I like the roads, the paths, all those kind of things, that the people can walk and watch all the things, the connections. For me, this is some kind of, I don't know, adult childhood, something like that. Basically, you are an adult, but you can play this just like if imagination, but it is not imagination, but some kind of imagination. That this is a town. You have different houses. For me, this the central part of the city of this town could be a part of, I don't know, the most important buildings. This could be another buildings for different citizens of this town. Some important parts, but as you see, you have some limits. But for example, I can put here something more, and well, that is not gonna. But well, this you can see different things. You can down here at the border of the town. Out here, you can put another border. So basically, I have already built all the borders, and I can put even more things. So just right now, for me, this is a really good connections, for example, here and here. And I don't know, I can put even more. But just right now, for me, this is perfect. But the thing about this is the sounds. So now I'm going to basically destroy or basically don't do the right thing in this part. So let's put 4 in every part of the town. So we are going to cover each and every part of this town. That makes pretty much different. Let me put here this way. Okay. More. So basically, for me, that is not so good just right now. Let's put here and here. And there's another one. Oh, I put a small house. But the spheres cover almost all these parts. Okay, I almost covered everything. Let's put here, and here. It is almost every part. So basically, you can move everywhere. Doesn't look so bad. But now let's going to put a lot of houses with different colors. I'm going to build some kind of wall of houses. It's going to be green in this part. And now in this part, let's start with blue. And then we can put, I don't know, red. Just red. Let's put and choose no orange. Just orange. Put here. Can you see the birds? And listen in the birds. And this is going to be I don't know, colorful. So now put white. And this is blue. So let's put this purple here. And I can put another one here, and that could be, for example, red. And I can put another one here that is going to be orange, not too much orange. Let's put this clear blue. Okay, I almost have the wall, but this is too low, so let's make colorful and choose, for example, I don't know, yellow. It doesn't look too much different, but if I put closed, you can see. Oh, I put something there, just another house. Okay, perfect. So let's go gradient and go to orange. The real orange, because there's a clear orange. Well, even is this a demo, I can say that is pretty satisfying, awesome. But let's do until that. And now I'm going to put this purple. Okay, it looks pretty awesome now. I put another one there. When I make a mistake, it looks like I put far away. So, well, now that is so dull, it doesn't look so good. People here maybe doesn't had a lot of sun at the morning and the sunrise. And now put blue. doesn't have that cozy and calming feeling of old town. When you visit an old town, you never see this kind of buildings of constructions. Or maybe you can see, but no this way. And now let's put a yellow. It is a yellow, the last one. Well, this looks awful, but I don't care. I worry about the sounds. Okay, and we can put, well, that is the limit. It is 3, 6, 7 floors. It is too industrial. This part looks like a city, and this another one looks like a really comfy and cozy town. It is, I don't know, it's so different each another. Let's look here. The birds. That is here. I can move those birds and all the birds is here. Okay, I can move all the birds. So now I'm going to make a connection. Okay. So let's put the same color, this one. Here. And here, and here, and here. Now it's connect. So I'm going to connect that yellow. It is just to be yellow. Yellow. With this another one. I don't know if I can connect that. Yes. And let's put here and here. Oh, it is now connect. So what the? It's supposed that has to be connect. It's weird now. It used to look like in a, I don't know, weird building, but with that last part changed totally. So maybe I need to put, but I can put another building here. Well, maybe here. Just here. And, well, follow the same path. So I choose to put orange. Now it's connect. It's connect. And it looks a little bit awesome. It's a weird connection. Look, we have the stairs. You can go up and down. And now I'm going to connect with this one, this purple. So select the purple. Dollar, dollar, to the limit. That is the limit. And I can maybe try to go from here. Basically I'm destroying all the town with this construction. That is the limit, so I had to put here. I'm following all the path. And now here. And now here. this. That is the limit. No, that is not the limit. I can put here. That, well, that is a small connection. So, let's put here. Oh, that is awesome. Take a look at that. There's some kind of light below. I never seen this before because I make some test on the video game, but I never seen that. It's awesome. So because of that, I'm going to keep doing a connection here, but let's put the green color and here, and that is the limit. Put here. But I think this game is pretty, I don't know, it's, and it is cheap. I don't know how much it is, but I don't think it's so expensive. So now I put here, here. Let's make that connection. Okay, that is the connection. But the thing is that I'm not able to build over this route here over the top. So let's fill this part in the first floor or just in the land. So I have the structure for it. Oh, I already was erased. But this look awful. Maybe this part up the top looks good, but these things just below look industrial or finish. I don't know. If you compare this with the first part of the creation, it is not a total disaster. Maybe I can fix that, but do you imagine visit something like this? Maybe it is an island. That is weird. It is possible because it's different, but for example here, if you take a look at here, this part is some kind of a playground for kids, but you are not able to look maybe at the sunrise, maybe the sunset, and the animals. And it is weird that you have the possibility to have this just at the top and the windows. I don't know, imagine that you leave this part and you have a lot of tourists up there. That sound is not good. So it is not a good idea to live in these buildings. I think that until this moment, the best part for this town could be, I don't know, maybe this house at the middle with the birds, this green and this white. It is the most good, but the other look so industrial. This look like a modern city. This look industrial and awful. It is just like if it was an unfinished job. And I don't know what these things appears here, so let's get building here. Looks is a weird behavior. And it is connected. We have another column, but this, for example, it looks, I don't know, weird. It is like another, oh look, I have another button here. Well, I never see that behavior before, but it is because I never built all those things in this entire city. So just right now floor, but they put there some kind of chair the same way here. For me, look weird, strange, industrial. Well, let's put something here because I don't really like that part that looks so industrial. Okay, looks better. And let's do the same with this one. Okay, so I have to do the same in this another part. All the things that I see that it looks some industrial, I'm going to try to erase just to look if I can fix that part of the town. And I think that I can put here another building. But let's change the color because it's too much green there. And put almost there. Okay, perfect. Now I have this another one. But for that, well, let's finish with the green. Oh, that is red. My mistake. So maybe when I select the color, maybe that's why the structure will change in some part. Okay. Well, you see this industrial roof. Well, now let's build. When I finish one part, it looks like another one is in this one. So when I finish one part, because look here, I have another, and this is maybe going to be green. Just let's select green, put here green, and I cover that column. Okay, but I also have this in this part that looks awful. Let's try to put something maybe here. Here. I put so much of that color. Okay, but that looks a little bit better. But I still have this steel, the columns, steel columns. That looks pretty awful. So let's put something there. But let's select another color because it's too much green, I think. Well, the thing is, green is my favorite color. But that doesn't mean that it has to look all green. Let's wait until finish the construction. And here we are. And now let's put here, here, and here. And let's select blue. Which color I didn't put so much. Let's select red. To cover all of this steel columns. Now select white. I didn't see too much white in this. I almost finished. And almost there. And here we are. Well, it looks like. Well, it looks like it is, I don't know, even more awful. The columns, it is a little bit better, but even with that, let's put here yellow. Let's that is not so good in the video game is when you try to navigate in some parts. But maybe it is because it's a demo, maybe that is fixed. When you see at the end video game, let's change a little bit here to cover all that awful. Oh, okay, perfect. I already covered all the steel columns. As you see, only there are some kind of steel roofs. Let's put here some this color to cover this last one. And well, this is less a bird. Okay. But the thing at the end, it looks pretty awful. Maybe this part of the top of this town is a little bit good. This part look a little bit industrial, but look a little bit good. But I think this is, if you compare this with the beginning, this is pretty awful, especially this part. But almost all the town is pretty awful. And I had a list. I have this some kind of path off the top and different things I can keep building here. It looks like actually some of the modern cities, but the modern cities use different architecture to make more visual attractive into the new buildings. But at the end, you can find a way to make it look better. Well, basically, people, this is the awful town, city, pre-industrial, postmodern, whatever. It looks like a fortress. I don't know. It's pretty weird. This look old. This look modern. This look industrial and I don't know, cheap. This look a little bit better. Maybe due because I have this piece in the middle of this kind of wall. But you can let me know in the comments below what do you think about this weird structure. But at the end, the game is pretty awesome. Or I think that is pretty good. As you see, I can spend here a lot of time. Just right now, I spent, I don't know, almost an hour. And I can even keep building here more things. And I can do it even faster. For example, this one I'm going to select a color that I didn't choose too much often. Let's see, yellow. And now this, some kind of, look, that it is not with a pad. Oh, I have some plants here, so not all the finish lines is covered with a chair. The game put some plants there, and well, this is another connection. Let's see what, another chair. But I have here, oh no, I think that I have another column there. And let's try to put another connection. But well, at the end, I keep thinking this game is pretty good. Obviously, this is just a demo, so it's pretty sure that the full game have more options, more things. I can select here even more options. For example, this is the line. night. The sunrise until the sunset. Looks good. And this is the same. This is to look to model different things. This grid, and I can see here Steam and many other platforms. And well, I hope you really enjoy this ASMR video. It's not a game, but it is or could be relaxing. You maybe can try this game. It is called Townscaper, and it is on different platforms. So you can go and try to build a pretty much beautiful town. Maybe just pretty similar like I built in the beginning. So well, I hope that you really enjoy this ASMR video, and if you watch until this moment, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is the first video of the year, but was recorded in the previous year, so it's pretty sure that you are going to watch this video in the 2026, but I'm recording from 2025, so this is a travel through the time. I don't know how to say that, but whatever. This is just like interstellar weird video. And well, that's all, and as always, I wish you that you have a really good day, a wonderful week, an amazing life.